Oh man, I just uploaded the last weekly scores video last night on Tuesday, super late. But I just got a big score. I want to start the new one a little early, so it's Wednesday. And I finally got the thing I've been talking about for months, for years, this Brignelli frame alignment table. So this is a big C channel, so it's like thick, like more than a 1/4 inch thick C channel. The top's machined perfectly flat, even though it's got some raccoon poop on it, she was saying. I had to put it on my bed immediately. What I need to do is scrub this off with some steel wool WD-40. It comes with this alignment bar. It comes with this little dude, which is a little threaded dude. And so you can, this is the bottom bracket whipping post. So you can put the bike on here by the bottom bracket as if this was the bottom bracket for your cranks. And then tighten this dude down. And in theory, if your bottom bracket is faced correctly and your frame is square, your seat tube square off of this, your frame will sit over the alignment table and take measurements to make sure the seat tube isn't warped or the head tube isn't warped. And this guy swings out and comes up and sticks in the seat tube for support, and this guy usually goes underneath the head tube for support. So like if the seat tube's a degree or two off, you put this under the head tube so it won't move, so it will not move while this is clamped to the bottom bracket, and just stick this bar, which is machined to 27.2, stick this inside the seat tube and go and bring it up, you know, the degree or whatever you need. It's best to do that when the bike's just tacked before fully brazed. But I do put vintage frames in this thing all the time. I give them a little straighten if they're not too bad, but really once they're fully brazed, you can't really do much except for mangle them. But what I really like this for is clamping in here with the rear triangle out this way onto the steel, and I can bend the rear triangle to respace it, because old frames are 120, 126, I like to respace them to 130 for modern road hubs and wheels. Then I'll line the dropouts. This is really what I mostly use it for, is respacing, unless I'm doing a custom frame. It's also got these little slidey dudes, and these are 1 inch, 1 1/8 inch. So you can stick this bar in the head tube as well, and measure off the ends of these, give you a little extra leverage, because if the head tube's only this long, you can't really tell if it's off a degree or not, but if you stick a straight bar in it, you know, out a foot on each side, you can measure off this foot, and it's really noticeable way out here. So you line head tubes. I also got this, which I'm very excited about, the notorious BBG Canty Boss jig. This has room for a little front 100mm axle. In the back you can put a 130 or 135, so you can put this in any frame you want. You bolt your Canty Bosses up in here, slide this out to the width you want, set it on the frame, and braze your Canty Bosses on. It'll be the right height and the right spacing. I usually do this with a leather toe strap and strap this down tight to the frame so things don't walk when they get hot. You can move these dudes around and flip them over for really wide bosses, really shallow bosses. This thing loosens up so you can, oh god, everything's so tight on this. So you can set it for angles. I do 650B hard mount studs. I usually flip this thing around on the inside and turn this thing all the way around to come out and hit them on low trail forks to get the height right and not hit the fork crown. So this tool is just wonderful. Lots of guys make their own Canty Boss jigs, that piece of angle iron, drill some holes, and that's all fine. I love this. It's real accurate. It really holds stuff in place, and it's pretty. So pretty, and he stopped making these. The lady I bought it from also had the Finger of God attachment that goes on the back. And really, it's an overly convoluted thing, but the best thing for this is really to put brake bridges in. So this will hold your brake bridge right in place while you braze it. So that is super nice. And this thing's super adjustable, this quick release handle. So you can get real short and real tall. So you can do all the sizes from probably 20 inch to 650B to 700C, 29. But this thing is like outrageously expensive. I got to throw it in, which is nice. She has all the receipts for this, so she won pretty much top dollar. But I've been looking for one of these tables for a while. I've missed 2 or 3 of them. I had one I bought new in 2010, and I sold it when I got a full-size Brignelli table. It's like this, but like 5 feet by 5 feet, and super heavy duty. But Mark kept that in when we closed the shop. So I've been looking for this for a couple of years, and a friend of mine or two had one, and I begged them to get out and sell it to me, and they got them out. They dug them out to sell to me, and then sold to other people. And it broke my heart a little bit. To other friends who I guess were better friends. But this is super cool. My old one of these was a solid 27.2 bar. This one's hollow with the set screw. I'm going to take it off and use this as the head tube bar. The lady who sold this to me she showed up. She's like, I think that's all the things. I'm like, what about the dummy axle? She's like, oh, this thing has one dummy axle for measuring off of. It has a center line in it. So you put it in the rear triangle and measure off the table and be like, oh, it's exactly from the face of the table to the center of the BB is, 600 millimeters or, whatever it is. I don't actually remember. You can measure off the table to the center line of the dummy axle so you can tell if your rear end is centered on your seat tube or way off. And this thing usually comes with 100 for the front and 130 for the rear. And she said she'd go home and get them and drop them off because she came and dropped these off. I don't know if she's just being helpful or doesn't want me to know where she lives because I'm kind of a sketch lord. But either way, I got to show her my bike, and then she saw it. She's like, oh my God, I do remember I used to go to your shop. I was like 365 pounds back when I had that shop, so I lost a bunch of weight. It's been a bunch of years. Because owning a shop is really stressful, and all you do is not ride bikes and pull your hair out at work all day, doing too much work and thinking you're about to go out of business every second, and hoping you can make rent every month, and just stress eating and drinking. Getting fat. Whew. But yeah, so this is my score. I'm super excited. I'm going to try and find a tool cart. This thing is 6 by 36. So I find a tool cart. It's got some holes drilled in it. I should be able to bolt it down on the top. Mine came with a block here that you could take on and off for doing fork alignment. The new ones don't come with that block. Brignelli's retired. He said he's not making anything. He said stuff's too heavy to ship. I am going to probably call him today and see if he has one of those fork blocks still and beg him. It's little, it's light. He might be willing to ship that for me. And that would be cool. So let's hope. Otherwise, I still have my Vintage Park fork alignment tool, which I think is good enough for old beater cheap bikes, but I don't think is good enough for handmade bikes where I want them to be like spots on. So I can get that fork block, it'd be nice. And I use the big Park frame alignment gauge on this when I put stuff on here to use that or this big tube inside the tubes to get stuff aligned. So some videos will be coming up on that because I've been doing some respacing videos just in my work stand with a 2x4 and a string method, the old school way. And then I got the FAG tool for measuring both sides of the frame to see if your dropouts are only the spacing you want but also aligned to the rest of the bike. So I can use this table to do all of that, and it's all bolted down on this heavy, heavy table so it doesn't move. You know, to like bend it, and the whole bike's moving in the stand. You got to remeasure it and bend it and remeasure it. And so we can just put it on here and just go and just measure out the table. There's a sick little tool. It's a little gauge that's got all the dropout spacings, like 120, 126, 130, 135, 142, whatever. And you can put that on an adjustable a tool with a flat bottom on the back, some machinist tool with an adjustable height stand. So I can just set that off the seat tube. So I center it on the seat tube and then can just roll right over it and slide it right into the dropouts, and it'll tell me if those dropouts are perfectly centered on the seat tube. I was trying to get another one. The guy from Sklar had one on the frame builder list. And he kept trying to sell it to me. He kept being like, yes, I want it. And he wouldn't respond and email me, hey, do you still want this? And I responded, yes, I do. Oh my God, please tell me your PayPal. Here's my address, here's my phone number, get back to me. And like, he wouldn't get back to me, so I missed that. So I'll have to buy one brand new for $50 or $60, and I'll have to buy one of those tools to put it on the height gauge for $50 or $60. If you want to know how much I spent on this, I just spent $1,050, which is rough because I am not rich. And taxes hit me real hard this year. They stole an extra $1,000 from me from the state because Oregon is greedy and corrupt. Instead of getting money back like I always do every year, they kept all my money and said I owe them another $1,000 for some reason. I haven't been doing this to everybody. I had one friend who has like a massage business or something. They said she owed an extra $6,000 this year. Keep voting for those policies, guys. But so I'll have to buy that stuff, and we'll do some videos. I've been looking on Facebook already for like a used tool cart, something light and roll around with steel, so we can bolt this to the top and hopefully not crush it when I'm trying to bend a frame. Has a drawer, so we can put some extra tools and parts in. I think I can fit it in my laundry room underneath like the little hanging rack I have over on the side where roommates use. Usually I have frames and boxes stuffed under there, and I can get this little tool cart under there. My storage unit just said my introductory rate's over. They're going to raise it like 30%, so I really ought to get my junk out of storage. I got a box of fenders I don't care about. I got 3 or 4 frames I want to work on. I got a couple of wheel sets that I'm saving for projects. I can stuff all that stuff in here. But now this is probably going under my bed. all my other frame building stuff. I got a bunch of those Honjo fenders under there still I should really pull out and put up for sale. So I can't get any more frames under there. Stuff and stuff in every nook and cranny. But this thing is cool. Frame alignment table. And it is less than 100 pounds, I think, ish. So I remember it being way heavier, but I didn't work out back then. You know, lifting some weights for a while now, and it feels light. So that's this video. Thanks for watching. I'll be house sitting all week, and so I'll do another Sunday scores video from there. I'll probably add it onto this, unless I release this as a short, which I might, because it's fun. Frame building stuff. Hopefully he comes back with all the dummy axles I need for this. Thanks for watching. Alright, it's Friday morning, and another great score popped up on Facebook last night. Hopefully I can get a screenshot. Somebody put up a frame tool. They put up a fork bending jig. So you clamp the tip of your fork blade in here, and this roller, this lever arm attached to it, and you bend your fork. This thing's like 20 pounds. And bend your fork blade through this nice little V channel. These are real popular, 20 years ago. $100, it seems like a great deal. I think I've sold these for $100 in the past. I think I would not sell it that cheap anymore. You can't get them. And I have my 5-inch radius like hardwood block at home. And someday I'll build another one of these. Maybe I'll just use this arm and just build another one of these, basically exactly the same, but to bulk the 5-inch block and let it work with this arm. I made an arm just like this from scratch and a block just like that for it before, using a little piece of box tubing. So this was a little cut out, so it's like little pieces of angle iron. And this was just some strap they had at the steel yards, walked around in a scrap pile. I think I spent $20 for all the parts. Just had to drill some holes and make my own roller and stuff. So I went out there and asked if any other frame building stuff, and he sent me some pictures of some Brazons. I want $150 for them. Maybe it's a good deal if you want to buy all that stuff new, but it was mostly stuff I wouldn't use. If it would have been like $20, like that big giant box of them I got from Breadwinner when they went out of business, I would have bought them for sure. But 90% of them I'd never use. And I asked, he had some other stuff in bags, and I said, "Hey, are you doing eBay and stuff?" He's like, "Yeah, finally clearing out stuff I haven't used in like a decade." This guy was cool. He recognized me right away. He sold us that big giant full-size Brignelli alignment table for $1,000 8-9 years ago. That Belladonna still has, the Mark still has. So that was cool. So he gave me this. He had a finger of God attachment for the cantilever jig, but he wanted $200 for it, which is probably a good deal. Things are like 4 new, but it's still crazy. And I have one. I might have 2. So I didn't buy it. I looked around, he had some stuff that we wanted kind of top dollar. We wanted like 10 year ago prices, but he had some stuff that was cheap, so I went through and I said, "What's for sale?" And the first thing I saw was this bag of track cogs. He charged me $20 for this whole bag. I didn't even look at it. It's like $20, that's a good deal. It's like 4 of them in here. I'll probably get about $18 a piece for them. Let's see what's in here. I have to get ready and go to work at the community cycling center here in like 5 minutes, so I gotta be quick. Here is a Dura-Ace track cog that, for all intents and purposes, looks brand new in the box. Oh yeah, this has never been installed. So that's cool. Brand new Dura-Ace NJS stamped 16 tooth. It's real common, no one really cares, but it's new in the box. I have one of these up for sale for $20 and no one cares. I'll put this up for $25, we'll see. Here is a black, oh I was hoping so, Euro Asia Imports 19 tooth 1/8 inch. It looks like it's never been used either, jeez. Maybe brand new, maybe not. I love these Euro Asia ones, they were hot for a minute. Here is a brand new Sober Fabrications Chromo 23 tooth by 3/30 seconds. Massive. This would be good for a weird single speed with a giant ring on the front or something. But it also looks like it's never been installed. I thought these were all used. But all I can see is this top one through the bag, and it's definitely had a chain on it, but not very many miles. It's a Soma 19 tooth by 1/8 inch track cog CNC'd Chromo. So this was a good deal for $20. And we'll definitely get $20 for each one of these cogs. So that's cool. Or use them or do something. I dug around, I saw this, I'm like, ooh, a bunch of headset spacers. I think they're all 1 and 1/8 inch. No, there's some 1 inch. Mix of silver and black. It's like, oh, you can just have those. Dude, bike shops charge like $3 or $4 a piece for these, even used. So this is like, you know, $100 worth of headset spacers. I saw this bag, and I'm gonna watch this, and he said, how much for this? And he said $30, and I was like, oh, don't. And then I was looking, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. Let's see what's in here. It's old bar tape. Old bar tape is fine, it'll work. It's a nice soft Detta, you know, flat black. Universal Cycles, this has $31 right on it, so, you know, saving money. Some Polar White, this has $31 on it too. Another Bonotto CeeLo new old stock tape thing. I usually get about $15 for these on eBay, so there's half the money right there. Oh my god, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rolls of old black, probably the Tessero tape. I like cloth tapes, 5 rolls of that. Here's a brand new set of some like skinny Champ track grips. That's cool. I saw these new bombs, and I'm a sucker for new bombs. Got 2 rolls of gray. It's great. 1 big fat roll of light blue. 1 big fat roll of light blue. So 2 grays of light blue. Detta Element something. What is this? Accessory, spare parts. Okay. It's 2 weird thin rubber strips. I have no clue what this is supposed to be. Oh wait, there's kind of a sticker on it. It's super faded. Can we make anything out? Detta Element Groove Strip Black. No idea. Maybe something in there. Well, this is what really sold it for that $30. I've never seen it in this package before. Single works. Bar plugs included. But I know what it is. I bought it from other brands. This is called Cork Tape Splash. But old some of the other brands used to sell this clown camo. So it's sort of like a vinyl record where it's a bunch of little colors of cork, all the scraps, and they mush it together into one thing. So it is a clown party. This stuff is hard to find. It is super fun. I think I have 1 roll I found somewhere else, but whatever. Oh, and then I saw this tool. He's like, you probably have one of those. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I'm just going to sell it on eBay for like $10. I'm like, I do have one, but I only have 1. And we're at $150 for all this stuff. And I only had 20, so I got the ATM. I'm like, let's round up to $160. So I got another Park headset removal tool. It's 1 inch, but it's really spread open, so it's probably good for 1 1/8. And I have a 1 inch that's not spread open, that I barely use, and I don't want to spread it open, so 1 1/8. So you saw my score from Tuesday. Now you get to see my score from Friday. And I'll finish this video off with my score from Sunday. Unless I find something real cool tomorrow and do a Saturday one too. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll check back in. Okay, we're back. It's Friday night. I just finished the other part of the video. Went and worked a 5-hour shift at the community cycling center. Got my sweet free community cycling center shirt on because of the Sharpie mark on it. It's mostly boring. A couple busy parts. A couple weird things. Mostly a good shift. But part of what you get at the community cycling center for working there is a used parts allowance. It's like a bonus if you're working there and everything there is donated. This is all stuff I saw the first day I was there. This is like sitting out. I grabbed. So I really dug around, but I made them finally actually ring me up for my used parts allowance today because I want to show off some of this stuff and see if it actually worked. Found this brake lever set there. It is super cool. Diacomp 8 Vantage 5. It's like drillium-y levers and stuff. It's all drillium. I thought it was cool. I wanted it. I think I'll save it and use it on a bike for me. Maybe I'll run them as is. Maybe I'll strip all this black off and polish it. The bolts are all nice. The silver's nice. The stickers are nice. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe for my Navarra Random E project, I could use all this stuff, honestly. I found a mismatched set of the Vela Orange locking skewers. They have a little M5 Allen. These are my favorite locking skewers. It's missing 1 stainless spring. I got lots of springs. But I was trying to figure out how to ring me up for these. And I was like, these things are only, they're only $20 retail. They only charged me $5, dude. I think he did, so that's great. I got these pedals. They're sitting on top. They're in pretty good shape. There's a little scuff on this one. They are black Welgo magnesium pedals. With real tight, good feeling bearings. So they're really light for metal pedals. They got the little pins and stuff. They're magnesium. These will make green sparks when they scrape stuff. After I kill them, I'll bolt them to something or do something. But I might use these. They're pretty cool. And I got these. Oh, I got two more things. This has just been sitting around. It's got a real old parts tag for $5. It's a Nitto Technomic stem biter bolt. Works for most of the Nitto stems. I feel like these aftermarket ones are different than the stock ones. They have a different thread pitch, which is very weird. They're a little longer. But you know, I get Nitto stems all the time. They're missing a bolt, and you can't just pull a bolt out of any old stem. Nitto uses their own size head. It's like the old SR stems and the stems that no one cares about. The bolts are a little too big, won't fit Nitto. It's $5, I grabbed that. I feel like I might even have a Nitto stem. And I got these shifters. They were Suntour XE Pro black thummies. Power ratchet, friction. This one's index and friction for AccuShift 7. Just sitting in the used parts bin for $5, which is nuts. I would charge $25 for literally any thummy and then go up from there. And these are the XE Pros, which is like the top tier ones. I might save them for something, but really I was probably just going to sell them. Put them on eBay. I bet I'll get 60 or 70 bucks for them. But, you know, those guys think the stuff that's not cool is worth a bunch of money when it's not. Stuff that is cool isn't worth any money. I don't know. It's new age. But, totally cool. It's $5. He didn't tell me what he charged me for this stuff. So he might have overcharged me and changed prices. We'll see. I'll yell and scream if it's crazy. But I have $300 for basically working the summer in used parts allowance. So this is 20, 30, 45, 52 bucks. You know, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's a nice start. I just wanted to get some and show it off. And then I'll be right back with Sunday Salvage Sales. Thanks for watching. All right, it is day 3. It's Sunday. Went to the salvage. I know he breathed hard, bud. Went to the salvage sales this morning and got some stuff. And then went work to shift at the old CCC. We're unloading bikes, sale bikes at the salvage sales. And one of them was a homemade single speedy conversion thing. And it had this back wheel on it, which is nothing special. And I'm like, hey, I want this back wheel. And he's like, let me take it off this bike. No one cares. He's like, all right. And then I'm like, yeah, it's for C, the other counter person who's never built a bike from scratch, wants to do a single speed. And he's like, oh, cool, you can just have it for free. You know, try to hook up people, get rid of the junk. Someone painted the spokes white. It might have been from the factory. Looks like it. Black painted rim. It's got a not dead 725 Zaffarito. It's got a fixed cog on it to some cheapo stuff, but C's just going to run it as like a single speed. I got a bunch of single speed cogs I've gotten from the salvage sales that I'll just donate. So I got this wheel donated, single speed cog donated. I definitely have front wheels. I got some cranks out of the free box there last time. They were totally good. Old chromed aluminum Sagino cranks from the 80s. Covered in moss. I'm sitting in someone's yard or basement for years. So we got a pretty good start. I got some bullhorns already. I got all the miscellaneous parts, and let's donate most of it. There's a couple of these in the free bin again. I grabbed them because no one else cared, and then some kid was like, hey, I want one. You really, what? And so I gave him one, and they couldn't figure it out and tried to give it back, and I had to show them how they worked. So got one of these paddle fenders. A big donation came into the CCC. Someone donated 4 complete brand new in the box crust frames in '58, and a couple other really nice old bikes, several sets of brand new pawls. Must have been from a shop, or maybe someone's rich person was home hoarding. Nice black mountain cycles, like Monster Cross thing with some brand new pawl, purple canties. Almost didn't have a mile on it. Some fancy shop. This rack, I didn't see the stays for it, but I'll keep an eye out. But it mounts to your through the fork crown with a bolt through the back side. It's got an underside for that, and it needs some racky stays. Maybe I'll make some for it someday, or maybe I'll just find some that'll work. Some long aluminum stays and hardware, some walled basket stays, I don't know. But, you know, it was there, no one else wanted it. This Silca pump got donated with a bunch of nice stuff, and they didn't care, and they put it out at Salvage Sales. Got the campy pump head on it. No, oh, there it is. It's almost got air pressure. But it's a chrome Silca with the campy pump head. It's pretty cool. I found 3 or 4 things of the cable in the free box, and this has definitely never been used. Brake and shift, Shimano shift it looks like, and Jaguar brake. There's one little roll of used stuff I'd not bother to grab. Another one of these Mavic skewers that people think is cool. I got that Thai one a while ago and sold it for a real dough. I do not think this is a Thai one, but it has the axle end caps, and someone was asking me about the right axle end caps for the other skewer I sold. It's probably for a rear, but it's got the fronts. I'll put them on eBay. Maybe there's somebody out there looking for it. Found one of these little kits, you know, that comes with stuff for derailleur. It says right on it. Just some cable donuts and some ferrules, but I love that stuff. Got one set of 8mm crank bolts out of the free box. Got this one ISO 20mm IS adapter. What does that mean? Why doesn't it say 160 or 140 like they usually do? I don't know. There's another one from the donation of new old stock 80s parts a while ago. A set of Weiman cheesy road brake levers with the cheesy chicken lever, but it's got like a weird C-clip on it instead of just like a crappy screw like I'm used to. I don't know. Weiman 17422 Sport, 1 pair. I don't know. It doesn't weigh nothing. I'll put it on eBay. Maybe someone will care eventually. If not, I'll donate it. This was in a bin of stuff they clearly didn't look at nice enough. It is a set of SRAM Rival derailleurs, braze-on front, short cage back. Someone's replaced the pulleys with drilliumed aluminum sealed bearing pulleys. You can see. It's like, yeah, okay. I grabbed these. I'll check them out and see if they're cool. There's one box that says Crank Brothers cleats, but it's actually just some Shimano SPD cleats in kind of U-shape in this box. Whatever. There's a Crank Brothers sticker in there. The millionth set of some crosstalk levers. Noki and Scouters barking at the wind. Guys, stop. Tektro RL 570s. Not so many. The reflective stickers coming off this thing. It's definitely like a vinyl fake leather, but it's like a mud flap with a reflector and a star. I don't know. I thought this was cool. One of the guys found this in one of the junk bins and then handed it to me. It's because it's really dirty, but it's an Ultegra long cage, 9-speed, 6500. It's grimy, but the pulleys look good. So as long as it's not bent or anything weird, I think it's nice. It's barely scuffy at all. I have a really nice Cannondale downstairs. That's all Ultegra, but someone took the short cage derailleur off and put a 9-speed LX on. It's going to fix it up and try and sell it. I might part it out, depends, you know, whatever. But this might be a nicer derailleur to put on there once it's clean. So I was really excited about that. That's exactly one of the parts I've been looking for. Here's another one of the mud flaps, slightly used front, but it's a softer plastic. We put some hard plastic ones I got from there on buddyflaps.com on Avery's bike, and they broke off in the wind on the back of his car. So maybe these soft ones will be nicer. Maybe I'll talk him into getting these shooting star ones. Again, I found a single black 175 crank. Hopefully the other one will show up next week. And last week I got a set of these ugly square 165 cranks. I just got the drive side and the chainring. I feel like it's less scuffy than this. I was like, I'm going to get it just in case the right one, or the left one pops up. And then this week, here's the left one. So I think that's the match. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to wait till I get home and see. Custom eyelets, brand new in the package. So this is wing nutty stuff you see on old road bikes sometimes, where you fill the eyelet on your bike. You fill like the window and the dropout on your bike that doesn't have any eyelets for racks. So you can mount your rack or fenders to these. I don't know, they're kind of cool. Blackburn. People use them, they seem to work fine. Found one quill stems, generic Win, but it's a shorty. This might even be good for C's single speed. It's nice and short. Oh, that's right. It's got a little N for Nishiki on the front. So that's kind of fun. It's a little scruff, but I might put this on eBay in case somebody wants it for their Nishiki. One bag of brand new Planet Bike fender hardware. I mean, rack hardware. This comes with all the cheap, what's the cheap Planet Bike rack called? They've sold a zillion of them. This comes with them. It's got some P-clamps and some bolts and a little reflector bracket. This was a real score. I was digging through the trash, and this was in it. This is a barely used, mint condition, real original Suntour 888 freewheel removal tool. 2-prong. This thing is older than I am. And has always been used correctly and is not damaged at all, and I love these, and that's so cool. Also found this freewheel removal tool in there, which looks like a normal Shimano to me. It doesn't look like a weird GP Falcon or something weird, but it's no label at all, generic freewheel removal tool. It's collect all the freewheel removal tools you can, because you get so many weird old bikes with weird old freewheels, and there's like 7,000 different versions of these, so it is good to have weird stuff. Here's the other 8mm crank bolt that was in the free box. Little black bell. Why bells go to salvage? We sell like 5 used bells every single day at the shop, so I was mostly grabbing lights and bells and stuff and throwing them into the go back to the shop bin. I'll sell these, but I grabbed one. I don't know why. I have like 10 at home now. This was in one of the bins. It is there's a real scruffy beater rear derailleur, but this is a very nice, clean Cyclone front. The logo is immaculate. The logos are usually like half worn off. And it's 28/6 band, and it's pretty clean, and there's like very minor chain wear on the inside. And the outside is so clean, I would put this on a pretty nice bike. Ooh, this is exciting. I have no idea, I didn't pull these off. I don't know if the person who did got all the hardware, but it looks like they might have. But a nice set of just Suntour friction down tube shifters. Suntour! They're dirty, but it looks like they're complete. One of the kids at the CCC, one of the girls who works in the back, I don't know if the union or was something else. I don't know what it was, but she was showing me her really beater mom's bike, and the shifters are kind of mangled on it. So, worst case, maybe I'll give her these if she needs them, or I'll hold on to them for something, or I'll end up putting them on eBay. One black spacer that comes with fenders and stuff. I love these things. A real ugly, beat up 1.1" front cable stop. It's old, I don't know. Oh, this is cool. A black 22.2 threadless adapter. So you put this in like it's a regular quill stem into your old road bike with 1-inch threaded headset. And then you can, this is 1.1", so you can clamp on any modern threadless stem. So it just plugs in like this, but instead of this, you got any modern threadless stem. This is cool. I've been selling a lot of these at the shop lately. I don't know why this didn't end up there. I sold 2 of them today. And last but not least, milk lever. Oh, it's by Pedros. Pedros milk lever. It's a tire lever. It's used and stuff, but I don't know. It's cool. It says milk lever on it. I could not get it. So he charged me $20 for all this stuff. So that's a pretty good deal. So good deal with the old salvage. I would say it's the end of the video, but it is not. Hopefully. I found this on Facebook Marketplace for, was it $135 or something. It's the park wheel truing stand. It's a nice dishing gauge. It's the disc brake rotor adapter things, so you can true rotors. It's like a little pressure thing, so you can get them like real accurate. So he said I can come get them tomorrow at 9 a.m. So I'm gonna go do that and hopefully get those like 1:30. I just sold the Raleigh that I got off free marketplaces, mint condition. I sold it for $200. I listed it for $399 originally. No one cared. Sold it for $2. This kid was happy. It was his first bike. He's a tall guy. But it was all original except for I had some brand new 27 Serif tires. Like, they're puncture resistant 27 1/4 tires. They came to me with a different bike. And I'm not going to use those on. And I put some brand new bar tape on that I got from Salvage Sales, so it cost me nothing. And I put some brake pads on that I got someplace free, but they just would not stop and were loading up. And I was sanding them, they kept loading up. I was sanding the rims, they kept loading up. So I took them off and I went and got some Cool Stop pads from the CCC, the good orange Cool Stop old style pads. Noki, above them, above them. So I got those and put them on, and it instantly made the bike stop like 10 times better. So I bought the pads at wholesale like cost because I'm an employee at the shop now. So it's basically buy one get one free. So I had like $14 into those brake pads and $0 into anything else. So I sold it for $200. I had a couple hours of tuning up. I lubed all the cables and spent some time futzing with those brake pads a couple of times and sanding them. So I wasted like an hour of my life, maybe 2 hours, including switching the tires and the original tune-up. But that's cool. So I got money for this wheel truing stand stuff. So maybe there will be a fourth part for this video that I can shoot tomorrow. We will see. There's also something else I messaged about tomorrow. I'm kind of excited about. We'll see. It's not exactly a bike part. I'm thinking about cutting and welding it into a bike tool. So we'll see if it's too wing nutty or not. So check back in with you tomorrow if I get this stuff. Holy moly, you guys. $135 for this repair stand. Has turned into all this stuff that completely, I should have pictures, completely stuffed my station wagon, floor to ceiling with the seats down and the purple frame on the front seat. And I barely looked at the top of this stuff. He wanted $135 for this. He said he had some other stuff. I looked and I said, hey, I brought an extra $80 in cash, so like, $215. He goes, no, I can't. No, how much should you really pay for it? All of it. I'm like, I don't want all of it. I don't want this. It's a trainer and some old frames, some wing nutty wheels. So I don't want all of it. He's like, come on, man. It was like an estate sale. I think it's the leftovers of an estate sale. I think he sold none of the bike parts, which is magic. Probably this weekend. And so, said how much? I said $300. He said, if you do $350, I'll do it. So I said, where's the nearest ATM? So I had to go drive some more in Beaverton suburban hell with no place to pull over anywhere, and just 6 lanes of traffic zooming everywhere at intersections and just strip malls and old people driving 20 miles an hour, wrecks everywhere. Just suburban sprawl is hell. I'm not a fan. So I went to the ATM, I got the dough, I got it all, I barely looked through it. There's this case here, there's this case here, there's a couple boxes here, the stand, all these wheels, the rollers, this really cool 1989 Greg LeMond poster. And I think some of the bars are poking out are definitely from 1989. I think this stuff was an amateur racer. I think it was all mint condition. And most of it, most of it is all Mavic stuff in mint condition. These purple, crazy, early clipless pedals. So I'm hoping there's a lot of cool stuff here. I'm hoping it's all matching. I don't know if you can see this frame behind me, this Hujewski Columbus Max tube. I think it must be 650C, but maybe it's some sort of crazy 26. Road racing frame, the nice Mavic headset, an old Trek that had some frame mods done on it. It has a 52, so maybe this would be the right bike for C's fixed gear conversion. Because I don't care about it at all, because all the brazons and the bad spray paint. So who knows? It's time to dig through this. This video is going to be so long, you guys. I'm sorry, unless you're so nerdy about this. I had no idea this was coming. Oh, here's a thing of red DT spoke nipples fell out of the box. This is going to be cool. I'm going to bring the camera in closer. Let's do it. All right, close up. Where do we start? Here's a little box. I believe, and I am not sure, this is a pressure gauge for chewing disc brake stuff, but this might just be for doing the wheels more crazy and accurately. I thought this was disc brake stuff. But usually in the park stands, the disc brake things like bolt on and have these little guides. These are electromagnet base stands with adjustable dudes. There's probably a way for this to attach on here somewhere. I'm guessing. I have no idea. So I've got 2 of these electromagnet base stands. This one pressure roller gauge. Some red and blue DT spoke nipples that definitely look used. They're aluminum. Here's a blue bag. Ow! Trying to keep this from getting dirty and scuffed. It is a freewheel cassette body, or a freewheel body, without the cogs. And in this box is just 700 cogs. They are Dura-Ace 7400 7-speed. At least here's one lock ring that says that. Here's another lock ring that says that. Spacers, 7-speed, stamped. Just, this guy was pulling apart cassettes and rebuilding them the way he liked them. Part of a chain. There's a complete freewheel on the bottom here. Here's another Dura 7400 7-speed. So man, we got some stuff. What is in the bottom here? This is really right around the time when guys are switching from friction to index, the nice Shimano stuff. So here is a Suntour Winter Pro, which is the nicest one they make. 4 bolts. It looks like it has next to 0 miles on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I couldn't see the chain grease on here, I would say it had 0 miles. 6-speed Winter Pro, probably 13 to 24 or something. I'm gonna ask like 90 bucks for this freewheel, and I'll probably get it because it's minty. First little box. Oh boy. Second little box, a pretty dang clean, gorgeous, weird, I've never seen before. I'm guessing late 80s Mavic stem, 22.2 by 95. It's got a whole bolt-on clamp-on thing. It's all thick, so you can get a whole bar through it, taking this whole bottom piece off. Mavic. I am guessing that this stem is either totally wingnutty and worth $0 or totally wingnutty and worth like 300 bucks. Well, we shall see. Oh, don't get scratched up. Here is another chain and a packaging. Sunlight bicycle chain, 5/6 speed, $10 with the chain in the bag, so worth absolutely nothing. But it's great for old 5-speed freewheels and stuff, so if this chain's not used, which doesn't look like, I will use it onto some flip bike build. Heavy-duty toggle switch, in case you need to heavy-duty toggle some things on or off. It's probably for a car or something. For power tools and appliances. Not exciting. Here is a weird, I've never seen this before, a 3T mountain bike stem. So it's an upright 3T with the cable stop. I've never seen this. 3T plastic logo, the whole faceplate comes off like that Mavic, so you get any kind of bar you want in here. 22.2 Max, Italy. Have you ever seen an Italian mountain bike stem? What if this came with like weird campy mountain bikes? Because Campy made some mountain bike groups for a little bit in the 80s. So this is kind of gorgeous. It's barely scuffy below the Max line. It's got the little 3T button. I mean, it's a little worn off on the front. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Here are some little hookies, which I think are probably for this stand behind me. So I got this stand, so that's wall mount leany ones. It's got the cool little gravity hooks. You just sort of roop onto the tube and they hang. So 4 little ones, and it's got 4 big ones on there. Walk fit, important. Some instructions. So it's like a stick-on, like closet light or something. Here's a mini cassette. Here's like maybe a tire lever, a buckle, some pens. What is this? Oh, like a fishing lure or something? Okay. So just some like junk in this box with some bike stuff on the top. Alright, alright. Not so exciting. Not so exciting. This was sitting out there. This is what let me jump to 300 bucks. These are like $250 or $3 brand new. Park bench mount repair stand, so it bolts to your bench. And it's adjustable by a couple inches here, and it's got the real clamp in it. And I've been paying 40 bucks a piece just for these clamp arms. So this is nice. Nice. I'll probably be able to get 150 bucks for that or something. Maybe, maybe. Those red alloy nipples we noticed before. This gorgeous Mavic, made in France, 172 9/16 by 20, or 172.5. The spindles on this look tie to me. These pedals are light. This crank arm's light. It's got the dust cap. Hot, hot, hot. Hot, hot, hot. Here's an old Specialized plastic water bottle cage. Not very hot, but you know. Here's a whole box of stem shims. These are cool. All the old 3T and Chinellis did these with the bottom bolt. Did these stem shims. There's a white one, a blue one, and a black one. Some boxes of 14 gauge 2.0 alloy nipples from DT Swiss from the 80s. Here, these ones are gold. That's hot. ones are just silver alloy. These ones are, and he used a bunch of them on these wheels that are set up front, if you didn't notice. Another box of silver alloy. A box of blue alloy. And what do we have in here? So we have some brake pads, forward, Diacomp, nothing interesting or special. This whole box is mostly skewers, vintage, Mavic, ultralight alloy skewers. Oh boy. Here's a Sax Maillard, no one cares about that. Here's a Sunshine, no one cares. Here's another cool Mavic one, it's all silver, like chromey silver. Here's another Mavic one with like the gray alloy heads, both fronts. Another gray alloy head front. People like old Mavic skewers, these are all worth dough. Here is the chrome fancy front, so we've got a matching set there. Two of the all alloy rears. Three of the all alloy rears, we have 3 sets of those. Another all chrome front, another all chrome front, another all chrome front, another all chrome front, 2 all chrome rears. So we got 4 fronts, 3 rears. And I think one of the wheels has one in it, but no, it's the other alloy one, so I don't know. Here is a Dura-Ace front skewer. Really nice shape, so it's that 7-speed era stuff. Some more Diacomp wheels, some random house hardware. A random clampy thing. And this, which looks like an alloy back to a rare Mavic really short cage derailleur to me. But I will not know until we keep digging. So a bunch of hot Mavic skewers. Spooky, spooky nipples. Spooky nipples. Okay, I can see some stuff poking out of the bag I'm getting excited about. I'm like, try not to look. Quick fill, easy does it tire inflation, 16 gram. So here's an entire bag with like, what, 4 sets of vintage. They're not dated, but they're old. They're listing the cartridge size for 27-inch, 26, 20. They don't even have 700C listed on here. That's wild. Did they have inflators before 700C was common? That's wild. So bag OC02. Oh boy, are you guys ready for this? A mint condition, brass hammered rivet, Brooks Swift honey colored saddle, mint condition from the 80s, on this dark gray Mavic 27-2 mint condition seat post, which is probably in that frame is what I'm guessing. It's funny to go all this super light stuff and put a heavy old Brooks saddle on, but Brooks Swifts are worth dough. People love them. This thing looks like it's been ridden once. It looks like it was installed on the bike and never ridden. $350 is what I paid. This whole camera's crooked. I didn't even notice. I hope you guys don't care. $350 is all I paid for this stuff. I bet I get more than $100 for the seat post. I bet I get more than $100 for the saddle. Wowzers. Schwabe 24-inch tube. Oh, I bet these Wignutty wheels are 24-inch. Whoa. That's wild. Oh. DT Competition spokes, double butted. Label's unreadable. There's a whole bag, plus a bunch of free DT Swiss straight gauge, pretty short spokes. Pretty short. I'll probably just donate all these spokes to my friend Brian, who has Stoic Wheels. He's the best wheel builder. He gives me wholesale on parts and labor still. So I usually donate them when I buy big lots like this. Just donate him all the spokes and nipples and hope he can use them instead of them just being in his way. This box says cassette RWGS? Oh, cogs. Cassette cogs. So here is another box of cassette cogs and spacers, all labeled 7-speed. I bet you it's all Dura-Ace. One of them's different. One of them's a big weird chrome 21 tooth is not part of this. Okay. We got stuff. I bet that cassette body that fell out was Dura-Ace. Here's a chain sitting against something nice. Don't be scratched. Ooh, this is so light. Oh my god, you guys, this is the lightest quill stem I've ever felt in my life. It's a 100mm Mavic engraved or laser etched. But it looks like it's probably made by 3T or something, right? But Mavic right across the front, gold, like 100 mils. This is so light and nice. This is going to eBay for over $100 too. And I'll get it. Mavic stuff sells for dough. In good shape. Alright, here's another weird little box. Another specialized, very totally whatever plastic water bottle cage. There is an old, thick shift cable here. A pair of them. These are thick. I've seen these on some 70s bikes. Like the really nice wound ones. There is a bunch of Novara brake cable, PFT coated cables. Roadie guys love that stuff. Okay, there's shift cable, stainless shift cable, low friction brake cable, low friction shift cable with the PFT coating. Love it. Low friction brake, stainless brake. Love it, love it, love it. I love cables and housing. Another stainless brake, another stainless brake. Another one of these wheel truing tools. They don't look like they park, really a knockoff of Park, but there's a black one, a green one, a red one, and a blue one. That's really all the sizes. A foot that fell off of the rollers. And an old French shift cable or two. So that's cool, man. I mean, gosh, shift cables are $5-10. PFT coated ones are like $10 nowadays. $100 worth of shift cables in there. Assos Cintos with instructions. You wear, oh, this is a belt you wear, and then you hook it to your stem. I guess it keeps you from sliding too far back on your saddle or something. It's red, white, and blue. Extra large. Ugh. Check out the instructions on the back. Okay. Okay, Weird Racer Bro stuff. Some fun old Chinelli splash cork ribbon tape in like blue and purple and white. It's pretty fun. I like Chinelli tape for making all the cool colors. I dislike Chinelli tape that is so soft it's really easy to rip and tear if you're trying to wrap your bars too hard. And I like to wrap my bars really tight so the tape doesn't move around under my hands and shit exposed bar. So I never use Chinelli for that reason. Usually. Really, Trico, big, heavy rubber like saddle cover. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. It's the worst. Here is a box, an unknown old like Christmas cookie box. Says Joy on it. Ooh, guess what's in my Christmas cookie box? My favorite. It is called multicolor, but a lot of the people call this like clown camo. It's just all splatter colors on like a blue and purple background. Ribbon source. There are 2 of these brand new in the box. So that's pretty fun. This looks like it came this way. It was some sort of Christmas package. Hale Groves, halegroves.com. So at least this is from the 90s. It's got some websites on it. Another 24-inch tube. Another vintage bar tape. It's like a blue kind of vinyl leatherette by 3T. Techno Tubo Torino, made in Italy. Oh, and it's got 3T bar end plugs and everything. 3T bar end, bar tape. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Oh, another rear Mavic skewer. Probably fell out of that box from earlier. We got another Cork Flex World Champion splatter cork. No key. It's even got directions for how to wrap it on flat bars and flat bars with the bar ends on it. That's super funny. It's got a total Italian eraser bro on the cover. So a bunch of it bar tape. Now the rest of this box, there's one chain in here. It's a really weird chain I've never seen before. I have no idea what it is. The rest of this box, from like here down, is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers deep of just boxes of DT competition spokes. Spokes and spokes and spokes. A couple of books of matches and spokes. Weird blister packs of spokes. Spokes. Boxes and boxes of spokes and spokes. Another weird blister pack of spokes and nipples. Link 302 butted. Distributed by BPP? Never heard of it. Huh. And there's some old leaves in here. I don't know if there's anything else cool buried underneath all this stuff, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like it is just cases and cases of spokes. So hopefully Brian wants some spokes. Otherwise I gotta start building some wheels with some vintage spokes. Here is another weird box. Oh my god. Some old computer box full of foam. Guess what's in here? Spokes. Bladed spokes and nipples. Oh yeah, these like Hoshi's or whatever. These came on some old Durace wheels I had on a really high-handle bike. From the 80s. This is all 7-speed Durace. And these all have an A on the logo, so I do not know what they are. Not DT Swiss, I guess. No, a bunch of these are DT Swiss. A bunch of shorties, 300s and stuff. The shorties are probably too short for little wheels, but I think some of that stuff is great for, like, you know, aero wheels and velocities and deep. I feel like I did a deep V high flange fixie hub set, and it was like 302s or something once. So a lot of this stuff's probably like totes cool, man. Okay, that was the less interesting of the two boxes. We still have the interesting one to go through. Okay. Old Blackburn rack. Super interesting. Lol. Got a set of Mavic bars made in France. 350. You wouldn't do that. No, they're 42 centimeter center. Sintra Ref 350, 42 centimeters. Mavic bars. So that's hot. Some dark gray Mavic Aero bars with some clamp-on things everywhere. Some Chinelli bar plugs. Some. How did you even get your arms in that narrow? I can't even do it. That's crazy. Another Chinelli 6442 d'Italia, Giro d'Italia, and 42s. Nice. These bars are worth about 35, 40 bucks on eBay. Real easy. The whiter ones, the 42s and stuff. Their new logo. If their old logo, they'd be worth more. More spokes. A thing of bubble wrap. It's great. I do a lot of eBay. I want a thing of bubble wrap. A used tube. What is all this? Let's look at this bar first. So Mavic time trial bar in dark gray. This is the same one Greg LeMond has in this poster. So this is super hot. It is not scuffy or wrecked on at all. It's got the internal drilling for doing aero levers or shifters. 40 centimeter. Centre Prologgia 355L 40 centimeter. Some sort of bracket on there for a computer or something for all your time trialing. A plastic Wheelsmith spokes and nipples gauge with inches and spoke length systems and millimeters and rim measuring instructions. The Park Tool one's cool because it can slide right down inside the Park stand. This one's too big. Okay, what's in this Ziploc? We got Pass Seymour wiring device and accessories. This is an outlet for a house, not bike parts. This is also a plug-in for an outlet for stoves. This guy's probably an electrician or a stove installer or something. So a bunch of not bike parts. Cool old Cannondale under seat clippy on back. Oh, this is cool. It just like clips under your saddle rails and to your seat post. No cables, no wiring, no straps. Alright. Okay, here we go. Some sort of wire lock thing. Shh. instructions for that weird like safety belt thing for your stem to your torso. Scout, Noki, shush, please, please be all the stuff I want. So there's a box in here with bubble wrap. Noki, shh. And this clearly is a new old stock Mavic Starfish crank. 172.5, 9/16 by 20, new old stock, stickers on it. I have no idea how many hundreds of dollars this is worth, but it is worth more than I paid for all this stuff. And here is the non-drive side. Holy moly, I'm still missing the used one. I got that used non-drive crank. This is cool, guys. New old stock Mavic cranks. Wow, man. Wow, man. What we got here? Some weird latch-on metal hooky thing. Oh, this might be for the stem. To go through the stem for the hook for that strappy thing to go on. Instructions are shown. Look like white plastic, and there goes that. Another box of alloy 1.8 nipples. DT Swiss. Dark blue. Cool, cool. Some old paper towels, an orange thing, a bolt. I wonder if this is part of that as well, that strap thing. Couple bags. I have no idea. I think these are lighter cases, like displaying lighters. An old bag, a really gross old set of bibs. And a like stuff sack. Oh, it smells bad. This is old rancid camping stuff. Oh, I'm so sad there's only one crank with purple pedal. I mean, I shouldn't be sad, I got so much cool stuff, but I need to dig through this box of spokes and make sure that somehow there's not another crank in there. I'm gonna also email that guy and be like, hey, this other crank shows up, let me know. Pay you to mail it to me. But we still got this old trainer. It's killer, headwind, trainer, cradle. So this is like a stand we can put your front fork on instead of using the front wheel. And then you just set it over the trainer so you can still roll in the back wheels or you can roll in the front. There's no belt for it. This is like the drive thing you need a belt for. And you guys haven't used rollers before, they're crazy and you'll go flying and you need to like hold onto a counter until you get good at them. This is the poster with Greg LeMond racing hard, these aero bars, and that's time trial things and that stem. It's pretty, it's giant, cool. 1989 Tour de France. Must have been a time trial stage. These are the wheels. I'm a little disappointed too. This is what looks like it has no brake rim wear set of just 27-inch Sunshine, nothing special, smooth hubs, no brake wear. There's a front. Here is a Dura-Ace wheel that has no cone or axles or anything, so why? I don't know. Avocet cross tire, 735. Here's the back matching 27-inch wheel. These are really nice. I mean, they have like no rim wear at all. And it's got a nice Suntour Perfect freewheel on it with like zero wear. So I mean, it's 27-inch, no one cares, but I got $100 for the last 27-inch pair I had in mint condition. Some people have those old bikes. Their stuff's mangled, no one stocks nice stuff. Here are the Mavic wheels. One of these came on the back of that Mavic Rip frame, so 24-inch time trial, Continental Competition GP, 24 by 3/4 tires. These little crazy ultra hard ano for race use only sticker, that's hot. Red, white, and blue spoke nipples, one broken red nipple. But it's got a Mavic rear hub with DT Swiss straight gauge spokes, and I believe a Mavic cassette. That's what one of those teeth was in that box, the 17-tooth Mavic. These have a very distinctive shark fin pattern on them. So this is some sort of Uniglide cassette is what it looks like. It's got the nice back skewer, the all alloy one. Mavic 571 back hub. So that's cool. We got 3 backs and 1 front. This is a huge compact. So this is the original DT Swiss hubs. It's got the sealed cartridge bearings. They feel like $1 million. It looks like it's a thread-on freewheel, but I don't know how it would be. No, it's got to be a cassette. Yeah, so maybe it's some sort of Hyperglide cassette, the outer lock ring. Very weird, but it's got a 7/8 speed cogs all over it. It's got Mavic CX18 rims, stainless steel eyelet, hard anodized treatment, 650W. Does that mean this is a 650 or is this also a 24? Does it look so small? Oh, here it is. Vittoria Corsa CX Servo Course 24-inch. The other back wheel is a Winners. I think I've heard of that. Winners 2000, made in USA, patent pending, tiny sealed cartridge bearing hub. Winners open. It's got a Dura Ace. Maybe this is also a Dura Ace Uniglide cassette. I don't know. This is crazy. This is crazy weird stuff for eBay land to figure out. Sun Ministral alloy rims. Ultra hard ano for race use only. 24-inch tubulars. These are all tubulars, by the way. And this front is the matching to the Winner. Okay. Wild, man. Wild. So some weird mismatched stuff. There's also the wheel truing stand. There's a part of a Park Tools chainline checker, but it's missing the little black slide and it's missing the knob. There's also this nice VAR wheel dish engage. I've always wanted one of these. It's kind of cool because it just drops right down over the axle. Has a little set screw. VAR 143. Let's take a look at these frames. So this is an old Trek, probably from the 80s. Sun Tour GT dropouts. Looks like it might have a 5312 sticker up there. Looks like it was this like Sierra gold color. Someone repainted the top too. They added some full cable guides over on this side. They probably added these bottle cages. They definitely added this front derailleur clamp on. So they added guides down here. So they did a bunch of braze-ons, added some shift tube bosses. So this frame would have actually been cooler for me as a fixed gear conversion without all the braze-ons. Maybe we'll do something fun and get torches out and just sweat these braze-ons off so this is a bad rattle can. So that's fun. But here's the 24-inch time trial bike. With the Columbus Max decal, Max tubes. It's really light. Crazy wishbone. Looks very much like a Strawberry Cycles wishbone from back in the day. Internal cable routing going under the tube here and out over here. Seat lug thing. It's got the Mavic headset. Totally gorgeous and cool. I think I got like 100 and something for one of these really scruffy the other day. 25.4 by 24, so it's English. Cool, weird little fork. Gorgeous paint. Gorgeous. Oh, this has the chamfered bottom bracket. So the bottom bracket is actually chamfered for the Mavic threadless bottom bracket. I used to have this tool. I had a few of those bottom brackets, and a few customers had dead bottom bracket threads in their frame, so I got that tool and chamfered the bottom bracket so you had the bottom bracket thread into itself. But I sold all that stuff years ago. It's got Shimano SFR, like rear mountain bike dropouts, and just Columbus front dropouts. But this is cool. I am sad about the other crank. I'm gonna dig through the spoke box just in case it's in here, even though I know it's not. Want to make sure nothing's down here. Let's pull this chain out. Spokes. Weeman spokes. CT. Just spokes. Well, my soulmate, my other Mavic Starfish crank, is nowhere to be found. Maybe it fell out of my car, but I doubt it. It's nowhere to be found. I'm very sad. I'm going to send a guy a picture of this and be like, hey man, if the other side shows up with the chain rings and this purple pedal, if you see it anywhere, I will pay you 20, 30 bucks to throw it in a flat rate envelope and mail it back to me or whatever. Might be able to drive out there and get it, honestly. This is hot. Hot. What a downer to end the video on. Anyways, that's my score. There is a new old stock set of Mavic Starfish cranks in that box. That's worth more than I paid for all this stuff, I'm barely sure. So this was quite the little Sunday afternoon score. Or Monday afternoon score. This is quite the little Monday afternoon score. Stop dwelling on the one missing crank. It's a lot of coolness for 350 bucks. So thanks for watching my most epic week of scores. It's getting giant cool scores almost every day, all week. Thanks for watching.